Joseph Duffy once said, "Losing isn't always the end. Sometimes it becomes a beginning." Meaning maybe this loss will inspire India to win their remaining matches. But there is no maybe. There is must. Because India lost to New Zealand by 8 wickets. New Zealand won the toss and chose to bowl first. So once again, no surprise with that decision. Dew will come into play, and this World Cup itself, all 7 matches in Dubai have been won by the team chasing. And do you know, Virat Kohli since 2017 has lost 13 tosses out of 27 matches, winning only 14, while Ashraf Khan, the former Afghanistan captain, out of 30 matches has won 25 tosses. Can you believe that? If you compare Kohli and Ashraf Khan in tosses, it's like this. New Zealand got Adam Milne for Tim Seifert, which was a surprise because they're getting a bowler for a keeper batsman, meaning they're weakening their batting. And Devon Conway, who is a part-time keeper, would have to keep full-time. India, on the other hand, had 2 changes, one which was forced. Surya Kumar Yadav had a back spasm, hence Ishan Kishan came in, while Shardul Thakur came in for Bhuvneshwar Kumar. But what surprised me was that Ishan Kishan opened instead of Rohit, because Rohit is an experienced player, a star white ball batsman who opens the batting. Since 2013, Rohit has played 76 T20 international matches and only twice he did not open the batting. I thought India should have stuck with Rohit and Rahul for the openers, and Ishan should have come at number 4 in the middle overs to be aggressive when generally India goes under the shell. But India showed intent. Well, at least in the power play. Yes, there were 8 dot balls bowled in the first 9 balls, but then a few boundaries were scored and it felt like India were back in the game. However, Ishan Kishan got out going for a 6. And that was probably his role, to be aggressive. But take a look at how India's top 4 got out. Each time we looked to be aggressive, each time we got out near the boundary ropes. Rohit was dropped on his very first ball and made the Kiwis pay a bit. But then right before the end of the power play, Rahul got out to tilt the match to New Zealand's favour. India were 35 for 2 after the power play, and after that, no boundaries were scored in the middle overs. Jadeja then gave...
Why are you not talking about India's middle overs?
What do you want me to talk about the middle overs, Baba Bala? How it was the first time in this World Cup that there were no boundaries scored in over 7 to 15? You know, for 71 balls, there was not a single boundary scored. Or Baba Bala, you want me to discuss how only 2 Indian players were striking over 100? Or should we discuss how we only scored 38 runs in the middle over? Tell me, what do you want me to talk about, Baba Bala?
No, it's fine. You continue.
Are you sure?
Yes, you can continue better.
As I was saying, Jadeja then played a small cameo to bring India's total to 110, which was very under par. You could say that India's batsmen didn't play with much freedom in the middle overs. In the IPL, even though players got out around you, you continued to play your natural game. But probably in the T20 World Cup, representing your country, you play more cautiously. When India came out to bowl, they needed their bowlers to get their batsmen out of jail. But you could see they really didn't have any energy on the field, and I'll explain why in a minute. When you use 2 overs of Bumrah up front, you know how desperate India was. 5 out of the first 6 balls were Yorkers by Bumrah. Bumrah striked in his next over to be the first Indian man to take a wicket at the T20 World Cup since Virat Kohli in 2016, after 2040 days to be precise.
There is nothing that Virat Kohli can't do.
But India made blunders even on the field. Their field was very defensive. I thought they should have put 7 or 8 fielders even inside the circle to tempt the batsman to go aerial, because otherwise New Zealand could and did take singles to win the match. Daryl Mitchell led the way with his 49, impressing everyone with his power, hitting 3 sixes, more than the amount of sixes India hit in their innings. And alongside him, Williamson played some really unorthodox shots. Even Virat Kohli was pleading to Williamson to stop and give them some chance, but Williamson said, another day. New Zealand won convincingly by 8 wickets and 33 balls to spare to give their net run rate a boost, while India's net run rate a dip. Kohli in the post-match conference said that they weren't brave with the bat and ball, which was evident. And back to the point I was mentioning before, many experts said India were really tired mentally, because we have to realize since the back end of July, the Indian players have been in bio bubbles. From the India-England Test series, from the India-Sri Lanka series, to the IPL, now to the T20 World Cup. Yes, your family is there, but these bubbles have brought down some of the toughest people. Like me. I'm stuck in my house for months now. Personally, I feel the schedule of India's matches in this World Cup is really unorganized. I mean, the day before yesterday, some teams have played 3 matches and India have not even played 2 matches. The 1 week break is just too much. So now the question arises, how can India qualify? Firstly, India need to win all their matches, and that too by big margins, because the net run rate will come into play. So if India loses even 1 match, flights are open already to India from Abu Dhabi, Dubai and Sharjah, so they can go back. New Zealand's fixtures are against Namibia, Scotland and Afghanistan. Realistically, Namibia and Scotland will lose to New Zealand, bringing New Zealand to 6 points, making the Afghanistan-New Zealand match the most crucial for India. Because based on the scenarios I am talking about, if New Zealand win that match, they would automatically qualify. While if Afghanistan win that match, all these 3 teams, India, New Zealand and Afghanistan, would be tied on 6 points. Hence, since Afghanistan's net run rate is +3 while India's is -1.6, India need to win their matches by massive margins. Talking about the next fixture versus Afghanistan, I would stick to the same 11 for India for the next match. I would give the players another chance, but they would need to play with more freedom and more aggression. So that's the end of today's amazing video. I know you thought it was a really informative video, so why don't you like the video, share it and subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Tada and adios.